And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, direct from the bar,
PB.
What is going on out there, peeps? Yes, I know I've been away for a little bit, but I'm more than happy to be back, and it looks like it's possibly a good time to be coming back. And yes, I know a lot of you guys have asked me, what does this article mean? I know some of you are in a hurry to hear about this, so let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. Okay, of course, over the last couple of weeks, one of the biggest concerns I had was exactly this. Iran doing something to pull Iraq into some kind of conflict. And lo and behold, al-Sudani's doing what he did best, staying out of trouble. Iraq truly is focusing on the reconstruction of the country and getting their shit together. This is a great sign. To update their railways and to connect the port of Qasr to Mosul, World Bank funds Iraq with $930 million. This is a big infrastructure project. So I'll just summarize it for you real quick. This is the economic benefits to Iraq for this project. So the primary economic benefits is the enhancement of trade and economic diversification. That's the World Trade Organization was saying that they have to do more to be diversified. The World Bank has approved a $930 million loan for Iraq Railways extension and modernization project to modernize the railroad network, which will strengthen domestic and regional trade and support economic diversification. This project will upgrade railway line connecting Qasr port in the south of Mosul in the north via Baghdad. And you can see right here, there are several infrastructure upgrades. So the infrastructure and operational improvements will increase the freight capacity, reduce oil dependency, job creation, of course, which is a big one. It'll be a regional logistics hub and increase trade. Again, for those of us who are invested in the Iraqi stock, there you go. The central bank, Iraq's hard currency reserves are enough to cover 13 months of imports. Remember, the standard is you got to have at least 4 to 6 months worth of reserves. Iraq's doing really good with 13 months. Alrighty, here we go. Kurdistan directs banks to halt financial disbursements for 2 months. It said the Ministry of Finance and Economy in the Kurdistan region directed all banks on Tuesday to suspend all types of exchange for 2 months, effective from today. An informed source stated that the ministry issued an official directive to all banks to suspend all types of exchange for 2 months, without explaining the reasons behind the decision, obviously leaving all kinds of room for speculation. The decision of the Ministry of Finance and Economy in the Kurdistan region to suspend all types of exchanges for 2 months comes amid the complex financial and economic circumstances faced in the region, as it suffers from the ongoing crisis in securing salaries and financial dues, in addition to the ongoing disputes between the regional government and the federal government regarding the oil and the budget issues. Look, where are we at? Halfway through the year and they still haven't got a budget taken care of? Yikes. But for me, this does lead on to further speculation. And what I mean by speculation is this. They're suspending all exchanges of currencies for 2 months. Now, again, I don't want you guys to look more into this than what I'm saying. You guys are already asking me, Pimpy, could this be the time they change their currencies? Are they going to change the exchange rate? We don't want to jump the gun, but yes, this would be the type of setup for that possibility, okay? Examining the potential for Iraqi currency redenomination, the Ministry of Finance and Economy in the Kurdistan region issued a directive to all banks mandating the suspension of all types of currency exchange transactions for a period of 2 months. This action is significant and likely stems from economic instability or policy changes within the region or the broader Iraqi context. The specific reasons for the suspensions are not explicitly stated, but such measures are often implemented to stabilize the local currency, control capital flight, or prepare for significant economic adjustments. The suspension of currency exchanges in the Kurdistan region could be a precursor or a reaction to broader economic changes in Iraq, including the possibility of currency redenominations. Currency redenomination involves changing the face of the value of the country's currency, typically to remove zeros. This can be done for several reasons. Now, again, you guys, This is all speculation. Nothing officially has came out. But this is something that they would do when they go to redenominate and introduce a new currency. And right here, they're talking about why a redenomination could take place. Combating inflation, economic reform. It can be part of a broader economic reform package aimed at stabilizing the economy and attracting investment. Simplifying transactions, removing the zeros can make the accounting and everyday transactions easier. The Kurdish region's decision to suspend currency exchange could be related to potential currency redenomination in several ways. What? Connecting the dots, assessing the likelihood of a redenomination. Preparation. The suspension could be the preparatory measures to manage the transition to a new currency valuation. It could be aimed at preventing speculation or hoarding of the existing currency before the redenomination. Reaction. The suspension could be a reaction to the anticipated changes in the value of the Iraqi dinar. The Kurdish region might be trying to protect its financial system from the potential volatility associated with a redenomination. Independent action. It's also possible that the suspension is unrelated to a national redenomination and is instead response to a local economic challenge. However, the timing and scope of the suspension suggests a connection to a broader financial development. So the suspension of the currency exchange in the Kurdish region is a noteworthy development. While it is not possible to definitely confirm that Iraq will be redenominating its currency based solely on this information, the suspension does raise the possibility and warrants close monitoring of official statements, economic indicators, and financial markets activities. Now, I'm trying to warn you guys because I don't want you to get too far ahead and, count your chickens before they hatch. But it is a pretty good indicator that that's possible. That these suspensions are just that Iraq is preparing for redenomination. Now, nothing out there says that officially, but this is an action that's taken right before redenomination. And you can see that the article got into it just a little bit. So is it possible? Is Iraq finally? There's some big things coming economically. They have to be ready for it. So is Iraq making that push now? Are they going to go ahead and redenominate now so that they're better prepared for the big economic boom that's going to take place once these new railways and highways and your ways and my ways take place? And Iraq sees one of the biggest economic booms to ever hit a country. Anyways, I look forward to your comments. I'll be at you later. I'm out.